Alright guys, we'll turn off the music here. Let me just go ahead and post this on my social media here. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day. I know that obviously tough red day here. Pretty bad red day, but I want to go ahead and go over exactly why this happened, exactly how it happened. And it's the most important to learn on red days, and today is the day that happened. So let's give it a little bit. Let's give it like 30 more seconds here before we start. I want to kind of keep the stream quick, to the point. Under 20 minutes would be kind of my goal here. But again, if you guys could please like and subscribe to the channel, click the icon to alert you if I make new videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. And yeah, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and get started here in a second. I just kind of wanted to give it a couple more seconds here for people to kind of trickle on in. Glad to have you guys on. Glad to have you guys in. Hopefully you guys had a great trading day. I know that obviously I did not, but I will cover exactly why this happened here in a second. So we got some people trickling in. Let me go on Instagram Live as well. Alright, we're on Instagram Live now. Cool. So let's go ahead and get started today. So again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to alert you if I make new videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. If you haven't already, click the link in the description below. Kind of goes over all the last day is tomorrow to get a hold of the rare 2-week trial of the AI software that I use, the scanner, as well as my video series guide is available there as well. Scanner software I use, make sure to use the discount code CAM15. You need both the scanning platform and my scanner setting, to be able to have the scanner actually find what you want it to find. Good to have you guys on Instagram, guys. So today, let's go over our red day. And those of you guys who are on Instagram, today was my first red day, and let's go over exactly why. So, first trade of the day, guys, AGRX, okay? AGRX was HTVX going after hours. AGRX is my trade on the day, and I got long here, so I saw this huge recovery, and I was actually looking on this dip to take a position on it. And I never got long it, but then I saw this huge recovery, and I wasn't going to chase midway, so I waited for it to kind of consolidate. And HTVX is on the scans here. HTVX 70 cents. Something positive going on ACST there, but let's make this bigger here. Maximize sell. So AGRX is my first trade, and this is, you know, my bread and butter. And the reason why I like this is because I believe we had an insider buy or something along those lines, some type of catalyst. And this thing went from 35 cents all the way up to, I think, $1, and then we went as high as $2.97. This one's been all over the place, okay? But seeing this huge recovery shows me that whatever brought this down no longer affects it. Seeing this huge recovery, and then seeing the spike up shows it can run even further on that news. I believe we had an offering, and then right in here was our first green day, and I said, okay, this still has that news that brought it all the way from 35 cents to $1. There's still some positive catalyst that keeps this, you know, afloat because it had such a big move. Had an offering, but then we had some catalyst news, and I've seen this time and time again recover when it looks like it's not going to. Get a spike up, come back down here, and then we re-spike to 165 from the lows of 148. And I get long here, 158 or 159. This thing pops up, and then I'm like, okay, I want to see this thing get through 170. If it gets through 170, I'm going to start scaling out to 173s, 175s, and 178s. And then we come all the way back down here to 152, and that's literally where I get out. And that was my first trade of the day. I'm down like $90, okay? I'm down $90 on the day, and then I let this thing, you know, basically pan out. Now it comes right back up, literally right after I sell, pretty much bottom ticket, comes right back up to 161, consolidates, and then we get a rip up to 190. And that was frustrating in itself. So this in itself was frustrating to see this thing run without me. I had the right idea, the right mindset, wasn't quite patient enough, maybe, you know, a bit too much size to start with, and then it stopped out literally perfectly. I didn't think I was hoping for it to hold like 155, 154, but we got down to here, and I'm like, all right, building higher lows from that huge sell-off is tough. But it happened, and it went all the way to 190. That would have been a huge winner for me, but again, I didn't let it pan out. And my big loser of the day was getting away from my focus. So I didn't have my options account, or I thought I didn't have my options account to start the day. And then I realized that I actually was fine in the options account, but meanwhile, I'm like, all right, this is frustrating. I didn't have, my process was not the same. Okay, usually in the mornings I have my option account. I start looking at that. I usually come out of the gates with a small cap mentality, and then later in the day I start looking at my options account. But for whatever reason, this morning I thought that my options account wasn't letting me trade, but I was wrong. And so that kind of messed up my process, and that's how important processes are, when you come to the trading floor. Every day you come to the trading floor with a processes that works, that you hope that works at least, and if it doesn't, you're always critiquing it. If it does, then just make sure to refine it, and I always try and get it better and better. Okay? So I got long MYOV like in here, hoping that we get a push through 17, 18, and possibly scaling into the 1850s, because KRTX was making a massive move. Okay, KRTX, I thought about this one down in here, but I was like, you know what? I thought about getting long $90, and then I was only going to scale like above 100 probably. I would have never held up in here, but again, I have such a small account that it's like I get like 10 shares, but percentage-wise, that's a 50% move, almost a 60% move from $90. So percentage-wise, that would have been still a pretty good day. It's just so much volume, so much liquidity going into this thing, and I think that that's the lead runner, right? And then that's what carried, in my opinion, MYOV to this kind of extent. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get long. And then all of a sudden, I got off the computer for a second, and I'm already under the water like $1.50 now. And I'm like, okay, holy crap, I did not see that coming, okay? Like, I literally went over to the computer. I'm like, okay, this could come down. I might add a little bit more, like somewhere in here, 1460s, 1450s, 1420s, okay? No, this thing comes all the way back down, and before I get back to the computer, I'm at 1350, and now I'm like, all right, this thing's got to bounce, right? No, I let this thing come all the way down to here. I let it recover. I was trying to see, usually when I see this, I'm like, all right, I'm going to let this kind of consolidate and then rip right back up, and then I was probably going to scale some of the 1350 to 14 range to get it all out and just take a smaller loss. It didn't recover, came all the way down here, and I sold out like right on this candlestick right here, like 1220, okay? And I took about a $420 loss on that one trade. Now, again, how important is the process of coming to your computer every day with the same plan? It's very important. And today I felt like I didn't have the same processes, the same plan, because I thought I wasn't able to trade in my options account. And my process over the past 12 days has been options account, and then I look at small caps to start the day. I don't force anything. But today was very forced because my routine and my processes was broken. And that shows you how it can affect you mentally. And it affected me mentally big time, you know what I mean? But, at the end of the day, yes, I took a $506 loss on my small cap account challenge. I'm still up on my options account, 432% on it. Smaller loss on today's day, nothing too crazy. But in the end, we're still on the up and up, and, one red day doesn't capitulate, or doesn't, golfing today, one red day doesn't affect, what actually, happens, in the longer term. And yeah, we took a red day, and I knew it was going to be a pretty decent red day if I took it, because I wasn't going to let myself go red. Now, this big, I was hoping not to have happen, a $506 red day. We're still up 37% on the account. I probably get a little bit more aggressive now that I'm down that much, and you'll probably see me, spike back up pretty quickly on the UST account. But these things happen, man. You don't trade to go green every single day because from a mindset perspective, from an emotions perspective, if you try and trade green every single day, you're going to take your winners, and the big winners that could potentially happen are going to be cut quickly because you want to keep your account green, right? It's all a mental thing. So yeah, I might be, green 11 out of 11 days, and today was my first red day. But, over those days, you don't really let your runners go as far as you want. I mean, if I would have held CLVS overnight, man, I would have made, my count would be at like 2,400, 2,500. But I kind of wanted to, but I just didn't want to risk any on my first red day being some offering overnight or something weird overnight that I wouldn't be able to get out of, so I didn't want to take that chance. Now that, you kind of, your mindset is open to that, it's like, okay, you have to come back to reality. It's kind of a weird thing trading is. I know it sounds crazy that you don't want to be green every day, but it messes with your mindset, and it doesn't allow your runners to pan out as far as you would like, okay? And hopefully that makes sense to some of you. But if you're having so many green days in a row, sometimes you cut sometimes it kind of, you cut your green days quicker, right? And so you don't let your winners ride when you should be letting them ride. So I know it sounds like that's so opposite of what you guys all want, but again, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm sure if some of you guys know, when you have green days in a row, you want to continue to keep them green. But the thing is it doesn't allow you to let your winners ride, and you start getting too tight with your stop losses because you just want to keep your account green, and it doesn't let you take those 50 to 100% winners sometimes because you're so persnickety with keeping your losses so tight that you don't go red, right? That's kind of what I'm saying. I hope that makes sense. I know it sounds crazy, but that's kind of like a deep insight of like what I do, and a lot of you guys are like, huh, how does it make any sense? But over time, if you trade as long as I have, you will start to see what I'm saying emotionally. So those are my two trades today. Man, that was tough. It's not fun to, take those red days. It's not fun to be on here in front of you guys and show you that. But honestly, I come on. You guys have seen my account challenges in the past. I have no problem coming on with my red days. I'm going to be as transparent and as verified as I can. And, I'm not going to shy away from any red days from you guys because I want to make sure you guys know I'm human, okay? And so, that being said, I am human. I make mistakes. People make mistakes, and that's just the name of the game. So, oops, sorry about that. I don't know what just happened there. Okay, I accidentally clicked the wrong button there. Hold on. Yeah, so obviously, and that goes into another quick lesson is, just because you have 11 green days in a row doesn't mean you can't wipe out all those green days from one red day. Now, luckily that didn't happen for me, but it took out like a week's worth of green days. And that's the thing, like, it doesn't matter how many green days you have in a row, you have to make sure you keep your red days small and your green days big so you don't wipe out all your green days, because you want to make sure your red days are like 20 times smaller than your green days, right? Because you can have 10 green days and your 11th red day could be take out all your green days and then some. So it really doesn't matter how much green days you have in a row, it matters how you control your risk on a daily basis, right? So yeah, so that's kind of today's trading day for me. Tomorrow I'll be back in the saddle. Tomorrow I have my options account, and I know I do, wide open, and that'll kind of get me back to my processes and get me back to, riding the horse again. And I'm not worried. I've been through this so many times, guys, that it's like, you know what? I've seen everything pretty close to it in trading already. I feel like I've been through the Bitcoin craze. I've been through all of that stuff, so it might seem like a big loss, but I'm not worried about it. I'll continue to uptrend and continue to come back a stronger trader. So today, for my options account, kind of a smaller losers today. I mean, obviously, kind of just downtrending a little bit. I took my positions midday, which I don't like to do, but I also took them pretty small. Roku, I might have taken a little bit too big on it, but again, that's one that can bust through 167, 170. We already kind of squeezed out the shorts today on that one. That was an interesting one. Roku, and so that's my bigger position, but it's also my riskiest one, and I'm not in love with it, but if this thing starts to uptrend, tomorrow, this thing could definitely get above this 165 level. I'm really shocked to see this thing can, after all the negative things that they're saying. I think it was like they borrowed money, 1 million Class M shares. I mean, this thing sold off yesterday, and with all the negative things, this thing recovered so well. Again, just this thing doesn't want to give up. I mean, it really, really doesn't. Seeing this wick off, seeing this strong to 158, this thing could easily get above 165. It could make all-time highs still. You know what I mean? Like, we've recovered already so much close to all-time highs, coming all the way down to 100, and now we're back to almost all-time highs. It'd be interesting, and look at this. I mean, we came from 116, now we came all the way back to 160. I mean, it'll be interesting to see, but it's still showing a lot of strength, a lot of bullish buyers, and there's tons of shorts trapped in this thing as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that tomorrow. Facebook is one that I'm looking for over the $200 break there. That should send it. That's a small, my second biggest position, and the other one, my smaller position, is Disney. Disney, we get above, I'm hoping they release their numbers tomorrow morning. That'd be nice too, but for the streaming. But I like this daily candlestick here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Tesla. When we got that kind of consolidation, then we ripped through 340, now it's to 360. Kind of reminds me of the same thing there. Big rip up, okay, kind of consolidate, and then we rip through that level. Disney, kind of same concept. Big rip up, right? And then we get this consolidation and kind of breakout level to all-time. I think it's going to be all-time highs is what I'm looking for. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I'm not in with all my account. I still have, how much buying power do I have? I don't know where it says that. But anyways, I have about half my account, my options. I still have another half. Tomorrow I'm going to be looking for, some options plays out of the gates, and then I'm going to be looking for some breaking news plays if we get those opportunities throughout the day. That's kind of what I'll be waiting for. Just waiting for any breaking news, taking some dips on the breaking news, and hope that we get, a couple 100% winner on that. So that's really all I had today, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to alert you if I make new videos. I want you guys to be aware, I believe today is the last day to try trade ideas. So any of you guys that are interested in trying trade ideas, I 110% recommend trying them out if you're interested at all with trade ideas itself. I'll put the link in the description. It's also a link in the description below as well. You click that link, okay, and you're going to go here. And then you're going to go save your test drive spot, okay. And then you sign up through here. And then if you're interested in my scanner settings, guys, these scanner settings, we put almost hundreds of hours, not thousands of hours into these scanner settings. The all-in-one scanner is right here. This is the exact same scan that I use. It has, you won't get this with the single scans if you buy the single scans, but you get the add-on scans with the gap up, the gap down, the social media scan, float rotation scan, whole resume scan. I believe there's one other scan as well. And then there is that. Now, let's see what else. That's pretty much it. And then my video series guide as well, guys. This goes over all my strategies that I've used over the years. Make sure to check that out. I just finished this about a month ago. It took me over a year and a half to make. Put that link there as well. The option scanner, I'm continuously working on it. Where I'll actually go over here in just a second. The scans that came on the scanner today. Scans that came on the scanner today. I'm still working on the option scan. Hopefully we'll have that, ready to go by maybe next week. Hopefully, maybe this week potentially, but again, there is a red day there. Let's see what else. that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and trade HTVX. What's it at? 80 cents. My gosh. Yeah, we're gonna be creating an option scan as well. I'm not quite sure, Eduardo. I might just have to keep it an extra scan on the side. I might, or I can make it to where the all-in-one will be included now with the options. It might cost a little more, or I can just put it on the side. I'm not quite sure yet how that's going to work, but we will see there. Any other questions, comments, concerns today, guys? Bring this back down here. CST kind of still climbing a little bit. So here was one of our scans here. So KRTX, guys. KRTX was on our Normac Newell low float momentum scan at 91.65, 91.87, 91.45, and 92. And obviously KRTX ran big today. It ran all the way up to $152 today on our scanner. That's about a 55% alert on our Normac Newell. I think it was our low float momentum scan there. It's the power of the scans, man. So if those of you guys are interested in the scanner, please check the links in the description below. They're doing a $8.99 rare 2-week trial. Expires. They usually never do 2-week trials, but again, they're doing it. I think for the first time in the company history. Usually it's only 1 week. And you can check that out. Links in the description below. Please share me on your social media scans for these account challenges. I'd really appreciate that. It's Stocks That Go on Twitter. Stocks That Go on Twitter. Again, Stocks That Go on Twitter, CamTheMan363 on Instagram, CamTheMan363 on Instagram, and NorMacNoTrading.com. You can put the chat room or my social media on there as well, and that's really everything today, guys. So, again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon to alert you if I make new videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. We will see you tomorrow, okay? And let's keep up the momentum here. So I know that today was a red day, but shake it off and we'll get one tomorrow. Alright. Cheers, team, and go hot.